Hello everyone, this is Gary D. Tonicourt from morethanasnapshot.com. Today I'm going to take a first look at the new Luminar 3 with the library module. So let's just take a look. This is how it's opening right away. It's got a little tutorial to go through, so I figured we'll take a look at that. First of all, you have to tell Luminar where your photos are. I have a pictures folder. Okay, so I could change it. So I'll leave that for right now, or I can add another folder. For right now, I don't want to add another folder because it would take forever where my other pictures are. It will store the catalog in the pictures folder, and if you wanted to choose a different location, you can. And I'm fine with it storing it in that pictures folder, so I will go on to the next step. Alright, so Luminar and your disk are in full sync. This is one of the cool things that they've put in the library module here. In Lightroom, you had to be careful if you came into your file structure on the computer and moved things around, because then Lightroom didn't know where your things went, and you would end up with broken links in the Lightroom catalog. Luminar is claiming that you can make changes either in the Luminar structure or in your computer's file structure, and either way, Luminar will keep track of what changes you've made and update things right away. So that will be very helpful. It will help prevent making a mess in your computer of how things are organized. So that is a great feature that they've included. Okay, so here they're showing that you have quick access to all of your folders and nice large previews to see what your pictures are going to look like. Okay, so this is something that's not new. They have this looks panel, so that is still the same. Of course, the edit panel has remained the same as well, except that we now have the AI sky enhancing filter. One nice thing they've included in the professional workspace area is quick workspaces. So if you like to do, portraits or street photography or whatever it might be, they give you a customized set of tools to sort of speed things up. They still have an export and email function. Okay, so as you go through this, it's going to create a gallery. All right, so it went through the steps of creating a gallery, and it started really slowly. So I wasn't sure at first that it was doing anything, and then it picked up speed and finished. And so now we can go in and see what it has done. So it only imported the My Pictures folder in my computer. All Photos has nothing else under it except for the subfolders that I have, 2018 November and December. Because it's a relatively new hard drive, I don't have a whole lot of pictures in there. So let's jump in and take a look at the interface and see how this all works. We are in the library module. It is the first panel. We can see at the top, the first icon is for adding folders and for opening quick edits. First, if I click Add Folder, if I come down and pick a folder like Downloads, and then I say OK, it will automatically add downloads to my catalog and show me everything that's in that folder. So now these things are in the catalog, and just like Lightroom, it knows where they are in my computer and how to find them. The nice difference with this is whether I make changes here or if I make changes in my computer, Luminar is supposed to know about these changes and update automatically. Now, let's say you want to work on a photo, but you don't want to totally take in a whole folder of images. You can do this other option, which is Open Images for Quick Edit. Alright, so now I'm going to come into a different folder, and I'm just going to pick any image and say Open It. So now it's going to open just that image as a quick edit. And here you can see I have one other quick edit, and they'll be listed in this section under Quick Edits. So there isn't going to be a whole folder of these things. So if I click somewhere else and come back, it does take a minute for the photo to come in, and so here's the photo that I have put in for a quick edit. Now if I double click on the photo, it will send it over to edit, or I could have just simply come over here and clicked on edit. So anytime I want to go back, I just click on library, and if I want to go back up a level, I can use this up a level arrow. or I can click on the actual folder. So all the folders that have been imported are listed right here, down here in this section. You also have this little pull down which allows me to go to all pictures or to my pictures folder or any other folder that you have imported into your computer. The next thing we have is the size of the picture. So here I can choose small, medium, large, or largest. So if I pick small, you can see that it makes smaller thumbnails, or the largest, and I have really large thumbnails. Or you can use the plus and minus button. So if I hit minus, it makes them smaller and I get more of them. But I want to be able to see them well, so I'm going to make them fairly large. So that's nice that you have a nice big viewing area, and the program seems to be fairly quick and responsive. So that's always nice when you don't have to wait long to see your images. As we come over, we also have a section here that shows us what it's showing us. So right now we're showing all photos. So if I were to scroll down here, I'd see all of the photos that I have. I could click here to jump to different sections. For example, maybe I just want to see the favorites. If I click that, I'll just see the favorited photo. If I come back to all photos, I have those same options here on the side. I could go through every folder, or I could just go to recently added, or I could go to rejected, or favorites, or trash. There are a lot of ways of getting around to basically the same places, but that's kind of nice because it allows you to move around quickly and to stay organized. So once I've selected a photo, like I said, I can either double click on the photo or I can click on the edit tab. And when I do that, it opens up the panel where I can do all of my editing. Plus it gives you this film strip on the side so I can move around to different images. I don't have to stay on the one that I started with. And then at the bottom you have the looks. So if you want to apply a preset look to your image, those are all down at the bottom as well. This video is mostly about the library module in this program because that's what's new. So we're going to come back to library, come back up a level. So we're back to seeing the grid of photos. The other thing I wanted to show you though that really wasn't in the library module was if you click info, this is where you can see your histogram and you can see the date, the time, the file size, what camera it was photographed with, what lens, what shutter speed, what f-stop. And so all of that information can be viewed here, which is nice. Again, I'm going to come back to the library. Of course, if you're going to import photos in here, you're going to want a way of finding them after. One way is by making pics and maybe even assigning numbers or collections. And I like to do this kind of quickly. So one thing that I would try is selecting an image. If you hit the letter P, you can see that the little white heart turns white. So that is selected as a pic. Or I could select, if I go to a different photo, again, I'm just hitting the right arrow key. And you can see here that I'm jumping to a different photo. Or I could simply click here and pick a different photo. And then again, if I hit P, it marks it as a liked photo. And if I hit a number from 1 to 5, let's say I hit 2, it gives it 2 stars. So that is also just like Lightroom, and that makes it quick and easy to go through. Let's say I didn't like this photo, I can hit X, and it will mark that photo as a rejected photo. So I can go through everything that I've imported and quickly mark it as a photo that I like or that I don't like. And I like to be able to do that. Also, you can zoom in to see 100%. The preview just takes a second to load. It wasn't bad. And again, if I click again, it zooms back out. So let me go back again to the full library section. Over here we have an export to image and an export to email. So that can be handy if you just need to quickly export an image somewhere. You just click on export image and it lets you pick where you're going to put the file, lets you type in a file name, what kind of file you want, its size, all those kinds of the typical things that you would do to export a file. All right, let's talk about the sorting. Right now it's being sorted by capture time. I could sort it by edit time. I could sort by rating or any of these other factors, by file name, or even by file type. There are a lot of options for sorting the photos. You can't seem to drag and move them around though. They seem to be locked in position other than using that little tool up here to sort them. You can't reorganize them in that way. Probably my guess would be if we create an album. Let's try that. Maybe we can have more control. So here we have albums. If I click the little plus sign, it gives me an album and the ability to put in the name. So I'm going to type in test album, and then I'll click somewhere else to solidify that name. And then I'll click on a photo and drag a photo into that album. Now it says I have one photo in the album. So then I'll drag this photo in the album. And these photos should stay where they are. It's not moving them in the hard drive. It's just putting them in basically a collection. So if I have them in this album, can I move them around? No. So they seem to be locked in position unless you change how they're being sorted, no matter what folder type you're in. The other thing you can see here is that Luminar creates a catalog folder just like Lightroom creates a catalog folder, and it is storing that catalog in the pictures folder. Okay, another thing you can do is give the photo a color. Let's say I choose purple, and now this photo has that purple designation. You see the little purple dot. That can make it helpful for finding a certain set of photos sometimes. So if I come back out here, let's see if I can see yes, up here is the purple dot where I have marked that photo. It's all very similar to how Lightroom works, which is great because now you don't have to learn a whole new set of shortcuts and tasks. It seems to work pretty responsively. That's why Luminar 3 could be a decent replacement for Lightroom and Photoshop, because it can do a lot of what Lightroom and Photoshop can do, and it's a much cheaper program. You only have to pay it one time $59, or if you use my coupon code Snapshot, you can get it $10 off, so you should be able to get it for $49. That's much cheaper than having to pay every month to get Lightroom and Photoshop. Because it has now this library module, and it has these layers and these workspaces, it has the abilities of both Lightroom and Photoshop, and it does a really nice job working on the photos. So if you're looking to save a little bit of money, I think that the Luminar 3 is a viable option. So I hope you've enjoyed this first look at Luminar 3. If you're interested in trying out Luminar, you can click on the link that I have down in the description. You can try it out for the trial period, and if you purchase Luminar 2018, which is the slightly older version, you get the discounted price. And then when Luminar 3 releases on December 18th, you will get automatically the upgrade to Luminar 3. So don't feel that it's a bad time to buy it now because Luminar 3 is coming. If you buy the 2018 version now, you can start using it right away, and then you will get the update when it comes out. So check out that link in the description. This video was sponsored by morethanasnapshot.com. If you visit my site and scroll down to where it says Luminar 2019 4-course bundle, you will see that I am creating a course all about Luminar 3, and because it's not ready yet, because the software just came out, I'm including 3 other courses in the bundle. So you're going to get my Learn to Create More Than a Snapshot, which is a basic photography course that goes into a lot of depth of information. You're going to get everything you ever wanted to know about Lightroom, and you're going to get F the Rules, Your Composition, Your Way. So you can see here that this bundle has a value of $750, and I have it on my Black Friday special, which I know Black Friday's over, but I still have it listed for $50, and it will stay that way until Christmas, and then it will increase to a higher price. So if you're interested in learning more about these programs, now is the time to enroll in the course and get it while you can. So again, I hope you enjoyed this video, and this has been Gary D. Tonicourt from morethanasnapshot.com.